The answer is simple. You can get dick whenever you want, really. I mean, we could have it delivered to you. Like I said, I
Yeah.
can fucking hire you. We can hire you an escort, whatever you need to make fucking tickle that pickle. But I think it's just the quality and the caliber of the dick. And I feel
We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
No one's letting you forget in the club. That is for fucking sure.
Are you in lots and lots of pain? How bad is the pain?
Fuck you fucking asshat.
Having fun dancing in the floor.
Number one, why am I calling you? Number two, you ruined everything.
Oh, so good. Yeah, like full on flash zone here. Not a splash zone, friends. Flash zone.
I mean, it kind of is the splash zone.
It is. Well, it will be on my side at least.
Ding ding.
Sing, sing. Welcome back, friends. So we've got some community questions, and we're going to do some answers to those in prep for our event tomorrow, Magnet for Love. It's 3 days, and we are obsessed. We are getting so excited for all the time that we get to spend with y'all this week. And the last time we did this, it was off the fucking charts, and I was just mind boggled every day. I'm like, how does it get any better than this? And every day it kept showing us how. And so we're doing it again because we love you, and we love showing up and serving and giving you a little taste of the magic behind the door of Club Unhinged. And so we're doing a whole theme on love. It's Love Month. And we've got some love questions from our community, and we're going to dive into a couple of them and just give you a little tip, just the tip of what Magnet for Love is going to be like. And I mean, this is literally just the tip, because you're going to get the full fucking throttle cock at the event. Like it's going to be good. And I'm so excited.
It's going to basically be jizzing in your face at that point.
Speaking of jizz in your face, our first question.
Also, I just want to preface, if you're like a fucking cranky bitch right now and you're like, fuck the month of love, because let me tell you, I was like, when it came to Valentine's Day, I was like, fuck Valentine's Day, fuck love, this is all horseshit anyways.
Yeah.
If you're feeling a little crankosaurus about this, you know what? Welcome. Come to the fucking club. Come into our 3-day event, because that is welcome, because we want to help you rewrite that. Because I was a cranky bitch for a long time, where I was like, I'll never find love again, blah 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 blah. I've had so much betrayal, everyone fucking cheats, men are la 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 la. And you know, we've been there, and we also love to have you in the club where if you're a cranky bitch too, and you're like, you know, no matter how you are, the coolest thing about the club is that, and the events that we run, is like, show up exactly how you fucking are.
Yeah.
Like, we don't give a fuck. You want to roll in and eating breakfast and fucking eating an eggs Benny while you're on the call, and fucking, you know, sitting there being like, who, another fucking stupid.
Haven't brushed your hair in days.
Totally. We don't, if you look feral, come on. Like,
we love that, actually.
We actually fucking love that. We'll be like, yo, like, who you at? Who dis? Who dis? Anyways, okay, on to the first question. Question number 1. Speaking of jizzing in faces.
Speaking of jizz in faces, and our first question from, I was going to call them a caller, but they're not actually calling in. But
caller number 9.
Caller number 1. Approximately at what time am I going to get dick again?
Hold on. Let the psychic oracle.
Yeah, psychic. What does the psychic have to say?
Let me pull out my crystal ball. I'm joking. I don't have one. Well, I fucking love this question.
So do I.
Approximately at what time? This is like MVP question right here, and we're gonna go anonymous so that we don't rat anybody out. But like,
right, of course,
with this fucking question, so hard.
Like,
I mean, let's
first of all, sorry, I was just gonna say, like, our community is just so fucking badass. The fact that those are the types of questions we're getting, and like, it cracks us up, but there's also like something cool to riff on here. Totally. But I just wanted to say, like, I'm obsessed with everyone in the club and everyone in our community who just have the fucking balls to say these sorts of things to us. We are obsessed with you.
We're thinking like, when are we gonna manifest our dream partner? And this person's like, when am I getting dick?
Yeah, when am I gonna have a cock in my mouth? Like, come on, give it to me.
Oh my god, oh god, it's so fucking good. Okay, so my oracle answer would be, listen, bitch, you can get fucking dick in like 24 seconds. You can
Uh-huh.
DoorDash some dick if you want. Like, you want to DoorDash dick? Come on down. I bet you could fucking go online. I mean, how quickly can you type? How quickly can you
Yeah.
type is the
Yeah.
question. Because if you really want dick,
You
you
can
can
get it.
go and you can create a fucking profile on whatever
Hundo
these
B.
fucking Snappy Chatties, or these fucking whatever, these Tinder, these Bumblebee, whatever I was saying earlier. Like, you can go on these apps and you can find fucking
You can
dick
find
so
dick.
fast.
Will it be
Like,
quality dick?
and you're probably,
Questionable.
yeah, that's what I mean. You're probably super hot. And here's the thing. This is what I mean. Like, it's the quality, it's the range
Yeah.
of the dick. Like, you know what it's like to walk into a broke down fucking supermarket and be like, you
Ooh.
got the fucking chicken that's like 4 days old and it's like $14 off. And you're like, do I want that? Like, it's like, do we want premium dick? Do we want Whole Foods
Mm-hmm.
dick? Do we want the nice,
Mm-hmm.
premium grass fed fucking.
We want grass-fed dick.
Do I
Whole
want farm to,
Foods,
do I want
farm to
farm to
table.
table? Do I want Michelin star dick? Or do I want supermarket, grungy, bag your own shit, fucking,
It's been on sale for 5 days.
on sale? Like, the lights are fucking fluorescent. Like,
Ugh.
what kind of dick is the first thing I would ask is like,
Uh-huh.
what's the dick? Because my guess is, if you're in our vortex, you're probably hot as shit and you're probably a
Mm-hmm.
fucking firecracker.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you can get the dick,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Like,
So yeah, I mean, the answer is simple. You can get dick whenever you want, really. I mean, we could have it delivered to you. Like I said, I
yeah.
can fucking hire you. We can hire you an escort, whatever you need to make fucking tickle that pickle. But I think it's just the quality and the caliber of the dick. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I can already feel like the person on the other side who's listening is like probably fucking laughing, being like, you know what? I totally get it. Like, you really didn't answer my question, but I fucking get it. Like, I don't want the
Mm-hmm.
supermarket, you know,
Mm-hmm.
dick that's gonna make me sick and make me regret
We
my
don't want
life.
supermarket sweep here.
No, and also,
No.
like, how much booze do you have? Like, how drunk do you need to get to have the dick? Like, I don't know. There's just so
Yeah.
many questions I would
Yeah.
have for you. But I would
Yeah.
say that with dick, at least me personally, less is more. Meaning, like, when you
What
find the
do you
top
mean,
of
like
your dick,
small?
no, when you find, like, no, 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 no. Less is more. Like, I don't want so many dicks in my face. Like, I don't want so many dicks
Right,
in
right.
me because energetically, like, I don't know. For me, over the years I've gotten more sensitive and I'm like, I just don't. I was
Yeah.
also married, let's be real. I was fucking married for like a decade. So, like, I just I found when I was in my healing journey, like, I was married, I was dated a lot of like, sort of, I was in a lot of unhealthy relationships. And so when I came out of the dating when I came out of my marriage and I was getting back into the dating field, there was a part of me who wanted validation, who was like, thought in my mind, like, I'm gonna go out, I'm just gonna meet men.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this part of me who's like, are you fucking out of your, like, off the
Mm-hmm.
rails? Like, what is that gonna do for you? Number one, it's gonna give you a false sense of validation. Like, is that really what you want? And I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I, like, again, I spent like a couple years, like, not dating really at all, working on myself, healing, because I knew for myself the supermarket low grade dick was not going to be the thing that I needed. I needed to work
No.
on, like, the holes in myself and the areas that were, feeding the unworthiness that were getting me in these relationships. And, and I waited out and I, did not settle and I found my farm to table Michelin star fucking dick. So I'm just gonna leave it there.
Wabam. Wabam.
Bam.
Well, it's so true. Like, I've been single for the last 5 years, and it was very similar after I left my last relationship, um, where I had this realization. I'm like, it's time to, like, really, really go in. And, like, I've literally been having the best sex of my life over the last 5 years, by the way, and I haven't fucked a single person. I've just been fucking myself.
Same
And
thing.
there's something to that as well. Like, it's not a season that I want to stay in forever, and I feel my is something that was necessary for my healing, not only like emotionally and relationally, but also physically and sexually. Like there's, it's very real for a lot of women that we've been through a degree of sexual trauma, abuse, like even just experiences that have been shitty, and those stored in your cells. And if we never, do any sort of reconnection work and never give ourselves time and space to really explore the terrain of our tissue, that can be, you're just going to carry that over into your next relationship. And so I think, just as you said, like you could DoorDash dick to you today if you really wanted to. But again, like I'm with you, Christine. Like I am a quality of dick over quantity. Like, and this is what has made it a little difficult, and maybe this is where the question is coming from. Like having been single for 5 years, it's like, well, it's kind of slim pickings out there sometimes if we're looking for a higher caliber connection. Like again, like there's so much out there, like there's no shortage of men or women or people. It's just, what are you actually looking for? Like if we're just looking for some fun, like you can find that, and you can find like really quality people to have fun with too, but you just have to get clear on your desire and like be really really back it. And once you back what you really want, that's going to come through. Like personally, I just haven't wanted to, explore with a bunch of people over these last few years. And there were a lot of things just in my life in general that were going on that I needed to. And so, but now that I've come through that, I'm like, okay, let's get it on. Like, and now it's time to get super clear on what that intention is, because once I'm clear on it, it's going to come through. And, but the one thing I know for sure is like, we aren't doing low grade dick, like hard pass, like no thank you. We do top tier. That's it.
Can we name this episode "Don't Go Door Dashing Dick," or like "Don't Go"?
Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
Like
oh my gosh, so good.
I like how we just went so off the rails with that, and then you went into like the deepest, like, and recalibrating the tissue. Like this is what I mean. Like we can be so like shock value ridiculous. Not even like we're trying. It's just like a part of our personality. But then we can go so deep, and we can go like so, into that. I have so much fun. This is so fun, and
it's so fun.
Love play. And in the daily coaching club, I did a little riff on like the power of play and just how like play and fun supercharge, fucking supercharge learning.
Yeah.
And like when stuff's stale and a little vanilla, like it just doesn't really stick. And I think that's why we've had such good success. It's also really good for the nervous system as well. So it's like, it's just, there's elements I am realizing now that have been backed by science of like why things work. So I'm like really starting to understand why the club works so much.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow.
Why what we're doing is so immaculate. Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually like neuroscience. This is fucking cool.
Oh yeah. We're onto something here.
We're onto something. Okay. Next
question.
I've been working on myself and I'm just getting back into dating. Love it.
Okay, love it.
Why do I keep attracting the same type of person I was trying to heal from?
Okay, I'm not laughing at you. First of all, I'm laughing because it's a tale as old as time. And the thing about attraction and doing like healing work, you are always going to attract in what you attract in. Like, if you're a great person, if you have a beautiful heart, if you love big, you're going to attract all sorts of people, including the same types of people that you potentially, had some issues with. And the distinction here comes down to what we're choosing, because I can attract in all sorts of stuff. And what gets my attention is kind of up to, what I'm willing to invest into and like what the game I'm willing to play. So just because someone's attracted into my field or attracted to me or I'm attracted to them, it doesn't mean that I'm going to proceed. It doesn't mean that I'm going to explore with them. And this is where like having your non-negotiables really locked in is so important. Like, what are your deal breakers? Like, what are the qualities of character or elements that if someone has that, it's literally a non-starter. Like, you literally light the match and set it up in flames. Like, you are not touching that. And then the deal breakers, like the things that if that's there, it's gonna break the deal. Like, and then things that you have to have that are so necessary for you. When you start bringing more intentionality to the mix, it stops becoming like this personal thing of like, oh, is there something wrong with me? Did I do my healing wrong? That I am attracting the same types of people? No, you haven't done your healing wrong. But there is the distinction of like, well, what are you going to choose going forward? And one of my coaches and teachers, I love this distinction because it's just so human, and it really allows you to work with the reality of love and the reality of relationships, is that you're not actually ever going to stop being attracted to those patterns. And your job is to find the most evolved, the most expansive, the most intelligent, the most emotionally available and responsible version of a person who has that pattern that clicks with yours, so that you can work it out in your relationship. But trying to find someone that will never agitate your wounds or trigger you will keep you single forever, because you will never find that person. Or you'll end up in a relationship with someone who is so boring and you literally have no zing, like no juice, no like energy in that connection, and you're just coexisting and coasting through life, which is a really shitty way to park your energy, park your power. And obviously, like, if you're someone in the Club Unhinged vortex, like, that's so not you. Like, you are definitely someone who is playing with your power in a pretty substantial way and wants your life and your relationships to reflect that. So it's more a matter of like, well, let me get clear on my non-negotiables and my deal breakers so that I can choose powerfully and know that, yeah, the person that I choose is going to have some of the same patterns as like my exes, but they are an upgraded version. Like, they are someone who maybe has more self-awareness and they're further along the path of self-responsibility, and they know how to repair and they know how to connect and they know how to, clean things up on their side of the street. That's the person that you want to choose. And that's the person where you're going to evolve into your best next level, by loving them and having them love you. That's my answer.
Oh, so good. So fucking good. My only like add on, not to play devil's advocate, but I'd be like, my question, if I had you here and we were coaching you, my other question would be like, what type of, like you said, we're never doing like the wrong healing work. It's just that, like I know for me, when I was doing personal development at first, I was doing a lot of mindset work, and I was doing a lot of more, maybe traditional personal development, if you will. And what I was not addressing was the body, the nervous system. And I didn't, like, when I started learning around, like, was so fascinated that we oftentimes are choosing partners from trauma, from like our wounds, from what's familiar in our nervous system. So for me, when I was growing up, there's a lot of chaos, and so I kept attracting partners who were extremely chaotic, and it was like a very comfortable, safe thing for my nervous system. I had no idea. I was like, why the fuck do I keep attracting these same people? Like, I don't understand. And I'd done a lot of work, so it was a lot of understanding from a cognitive perspective about what I wanted to be different, and from a conscious lens. But it was the unconscious, it was the subconscious, it was the nervous system, which Kelsey and I dive really deep into the club, into, is changing and repatterning from a cellular level, and really helping that something we have called neuroception lives in the brainstem. It helps us detect like what's familiar, safe, unsafe. And so even though we might be trying to attract a different partner, if our body has not been updated and we're still trying to close out an unprocessed loop from the past, it will continue to try to attract that person to like close it out. So again, this is like a much deeper conversation, but we're going to dive into this a bit in the 3-day event as well. And because Kelsey and I like to go like fucking right into the meat and potatoes, right into the roots of things to help you update essentially your picker. Like when I understood that Christine, wasn't actually picking, it was like my neuroception, which was deeming chaotic men as safe and really familiar for me, I was picking them. So I think until we actually can go deeper and do that sort of upgrade in the body, and helping it understand that like somebody different who might seem a little bit like slower paced or not quite as zingy at first, may actually be a helpful thing. It's just really unfamiliar for our system. It just helps us. So my question as well, or my invitation would be like, have you done any nervous system work? Have you done anything a little bit deeper underneath the scenes that isn't mindset or isn't more conscious for you? Just to help you, because again, it doesn't matter what we think. It's more, there's 80% more information going from the body to the brain than the brain to the body, which means mindset, there's no bad work. It's just that mindset work isn't going to necessarily help move the needle in the direction that you potentially want if you really want to see a big change in the people that you're attracting in. So
totally
little zing dingy.
Yeah,
ding dingy,
zing.
We have a third question.
We do. Okay. Yep. So this is the message we got. I finally manifested my dream man. Amazing. We love this for you. He's told me this is the best relationship he's ever had and that I have his whole heart. We love that. But why can't I stop nitpicking little things he mentions about the past and using them as evidence that he's thinking about other girls or that I'm no different from the ones he's been with? Yeah.
It's good.
It's so fucking good.
I can relate.
Same.
Yeah.
Do you want to riff or do you want me to riff first?
I'll just do a quick one because I feel like you've got probably a better one than I do on this. I just want to say I can relate, and my sense and like what is intuitively coming through for me when I was listening to that was just like, when you do manifest your quote unquote dream partner, or somebody who's like a lot like, a much healthier relationship, or your dream partner, is that they're still like upgrading. And like I was just talking about in the last question around neuroception and healing, there's some upgrading that needs to happen, and it only happens through relationship. And so I found that even though, I had found, like, you could call it my dream partner, like manifested somebody who I literally was like, oh, next person I'm with, I want to be like obsessed with me. I want to have like such a deep, rich relationship. Like I want, like I just said all these things. And then when I found it, it didn't mean it was necessarily smooth sailing. It meant that I had done a lot of healing, which had got me to a place like bravo to be able to track something totally different into my life and a very safe human. But there's still little like micro triggers within me that are still unprocessed from the past that can only be healed in a safe relationship. And I see them as opportunities for, if I'm triggered, for me to like bring it up and be brave and to be courageous and to like say, hey, you know what? This is what's happening for me right now, in a relational way where I'm not like, you did this and you pissed me off. It's like a way for me to upgrade myself and to have a disconfirming experience where I can say like, hey, I feel like I'm nitpicky right now. I feel like I'm hooked into this, and like, I know this isn't you. I know this is, me right now. And can we have a conversation about this? It just helps for that person to be able to show up for us. It's helped me go into a much deeper relationship with people, because I'm really afraid. I was very afraid of being vulnerable. I've been cheated on many, many times. I've had a lot of betrayal. I've had a lot of really shitty things happen. And so even though we manifest a dream partner, we're in this like much healthier, safer container. It doesn't mean we're not going to nitpick. It doesn't mean we're not going to have things that irritate us about people. I mean, let's be real, we're fucking human.
Yeah.
And for me, I've needed those experiences, and I think from both sides, for us to really see our power and to see how much we've grown and how much we've come to, and also just again to tie up some of those loose ends that may still be lingering in our system, in our healthy relationship. So
100%.
That's what came through for me. I don't know if that fucking answers any questions, but that just popped in, so I'm going to share it. And
I love it. For me, like, having been more avoiding in my attachment system in the past, there's something called deactivation strategies that avoidants use all the time to create distance. And we create, yeah, I know. We create distance because closeness feels too threatening. And when we manifest our dream partner, inevitably they're like this love and juiciness, and we're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Like, I'm so happy. And then it kind of works its way through, and all of your sensitive, tender, vulnerable parts that have been rejected, disowned, abandoned in the past, they get whiff of this and they're like, fuck, it's fucking scary. Shit. What, like, abort mission? How do we blow this up? So I think of nitpicking as one of those very sneaky saboteurs that comes in to meddle with the flow of love and intimacy and vulnerability, because it almost feels too threatening to like fully surrender. And like, as you were saying, Christine, like, we have to take this like thread by thread, day by day. You can't just like jump into the deep end of vulnerability if historically like that has not gone well for you and you've been hurt and betrayed. You have to ease your way in, and you got to warm your system up. And so every single time you hit that spot of nitpicking, I would take that as a signal that your system is starting to like register that, oh shit, there's a threat here. And the threat is like, this is really vulnerable, this is really scary, and what am I really afraid of here? And sometimes it'll show up like if you're picking them apart, and like especially the comparison to like people from his past, a lot of that comparison comes down to our own insecurities. So like we don't feel like we're enough, and we are using like the other people from his past to compare ourselves to and like cut down our self-esteem and our relational self-esteem. And then that gives us an out. It gives us a reason and justification to pull back and not continue to lean in and open, because to lean in and open is a very vulnerable position. You run the risk of getting very hurt. But true love is not without risk. Like if you're doing like fake love and like playpen love, there's no risk to that at all. Like, don't worry, you won't get hurt there. But if you're playing in the big leagues, there's big risk.
Playpen.
Yeah, playpen, eat me.
I give you a susu, you give me a susu.
Yeah.
Do you want to bite on my butthole? Okay.
Okay.
Sucky, sucky.
But if you're playing in big league love, there's big risk. And that means you're going to have to take big risks. And a big risk in this instance is, can I lean in 2% more? Can I stay open 2% longer before I collapse and like run this pattern? And again, it's not necessarily about eradicating the pattern. I wouldn't focus on that. I would focus on working with the pattern. So when the pattern comes up and you notice that you are nitpicking, so I would first look at like, well, what am I specifically criticizing? And like, does that live in me somewhere? Like, can I track like where that lives in me? So this is a little bit of shadow work. And so like the thing that I'm criticizing him for, like, can I find the spot in myself where I have done the same thing or said the same thing or like been in that same frequency, that same energy? And once you find that spot, it's harder to demonize and villainize the other person. And then I would also look at like, how good has it been going lately? Like, is there a pattern there that when it gets really good, we have to use a deactivation strategy to drain the energy to get back into a zone that's more familiar? So like, if you're used to chaotic relationships, if things go well for like 5 days, you're like, well, fuck, this is not how it's supposed to go. Like we're off track, because you are off track according to your old template. And so your old template will come in with a deactivation strategy and be like, okay, drain the energy, pick a fight, like pick on them, criticize them. And even if you never say it out loud, like you're running negative PR in your brain against your person. And so that's going to be felt in the energy fields between the two of you. And then they're going to start reacting to that energy and maybe holding back and like hiding. And so like it becomes very messy and snowballs very quickly, which then takes you back into that zone of like, this is what's normal. This is what's familiar. So I would look at the pattern as a whole, like as a lens, like a good little scientist would. Of like collect some data, notice when this is happening, see where the trackable patterns are. And then when you start comparing yourself to women from his past, I want you to look at like where, like what does that reflect or hit? Because anytime I felt insecure about my partner's past partners, it's usually because I'm telling myself a story about them that is probably not true in the first place, but also a story where I put them on a pedestal and like me below them. And so it's about like, what am I seeing and what am I projecting onto his past people? And like, again, where do those qualities exist in me? So if I'm seeing that as a threat, it's because it's either underdeveloped in me and I need to develop it. So a quality, a way of being. Sometimes it can reflect certain values. So like, let's say his ex is like super ripped and then you have not been going to the gym for like a month. You probably are going to like feel a certain way about that and like start judging yourself, which is reflected in the projection onto them. And so take a look at it like, oh, she's just reflecting, this core value that I have that I'm outside of right now. I'm outside of my alignment with it. And if I get to alignment with that with myself, I'm probably going to feel differently about that projection. And then you can also look and see, like, is there something that you fundamentally need in your relationship that you're not getting? So maybe you need reassurance. Maybe you need validation. Maybe you need your partner to be like, you are such a fucking smoke show. I'm so obsessed with you. Like, you're so hot, or whatever it is. Knowing that you're wanted and you're valued is important, and you have to be very specific about what it is that you need. Because if I just said to you, Christine, I need you to tell me that you value me. Okay, you could do that. You'd be like, Kelsey, I value you. And it's not going to land, because that's not specifically what I want to be acknowledged for. But if I asked you, like, I really want to be acknowledged for, programming 20 emails for the next 3 days, and like the energy that's taken, like I'm giving you a specific measurable thing that I want to be acknowledged for. I'm acknowledging it first, and then I get to receive your reflection on that. So then I get the nutrient from it. So it's a higher level of relating and being responsible for what it is that you need inside of your relationship. Don't expect him to mind read you, because that'll never go well. But like,
doesn't?
I know, right? Like it's one of those patterns that we're like, maybe this time, maybe this person will be the mind reader. Maybe they will be the mummy that I always wanted.
It's so funny though. It's like, it's such entrapment. Like I even thinking back to myself, like the amount of times like that shadowy component was like, if they really love me, they would
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Or if they really knew me well, they obviously don't know me. And again, like didn't realize how sneaky it was. It was just a part of me who was like desperately terrified that I wasn't enough in a relationship, who was like wanting my partner to like exactly be mommy, mind read me, you know, didn't want to have to advocate for myself, think they should be intuitive, they should know about da 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 da. And it's like, it's such a fucking rigged game, and it doesn't set anybody up for success. And like, I think like, if you haven't done shadow work, buy our shadow work 101 course, because it's fucking banging. And it like, it touches on all these points about, like you were just talking about, like it's really fascinating work to understand the psyche around that. And
100%. And like, again, like that's not happening for no reason, but it's not usually happening for the reason that you think. So like the stories that we tell ourselves are often like a little off the beaten path. They're not actually the truth, but your system is detecting something, whether that's a way that your partner needs to present information needs to be a little different. Maybe there's something that you need to receive from him that you're not getting that would make all the difference. And it's also probably hitting a lot of like unresolved, unprocessed stuff. So like, if you'd like to come and play with that in the event, and also the club is such a great place to work those things out, because they're not just like a quick shot, one and done. You'll never have to face this again. It's a process, and it takes time to expand your capacity for vulnerability, expand your capacity for intimacy, capacity for closeness, especially if historically that hasn't been the case. So you gotta go slow. Like, my philosophy is like, we go as fast as the slowest part. And that means this work can take a lot longer than people like to think. They want to read an Instagram caption and be cured. And you got to practice. You got on the court of your relationship and practice this again and again and again. And every time you do, your confidence increases, your competence increases, and then your capacity increases as a result. So that would be my answer for that.
Yeah, and like the craziest part is that like sometimes I'll, we'll be talking about love, and sometimes people value money over love, or they value different things over love, and I'm like, bitch, do you understand that more money magnetizes you, the more in love you are, and the more capacity you have to receive? Like, I didn't realize that, right? Like, I didn't value, for a long time I was like, oh, whatever, I can do without that. And like, there were so many times when I'm like, holy fuck, it's all linked, right? Yeah. All of it is linked. Your ability to be vulnerable, your ability to receive, your ability to show up and speak your needs, the ability to be visible, like all of these pieces link in. It's all interconnected. So it affects every single part. So people are like you said, if there's more information on the internet than ever before, we are inundated with information. So if information was the thing we needed, we would all be cured. We would all have the relationships we want. We'd all have everything we wanted in our lives. So it's like you said, it's going in and understanding the roadmap. That's like the fastest way to get there. But also, like you said, it's not like we're doing this because it has to be the spastic fastest thing. People shift at all different levels because of where they are in their journey. But like you said, it's like being in reverence to the slowest part. It's because this affects every single part of your life. When you do this work, every part of your life starts to upgrade. So it's your love life amplifies, you become more magnetic, that attracts more money, more opportunities, more like juiciness, more aliveness, that compounds, you start getting the compound effect happening, and like your life is just a fucking zing. It's like we're going from fucking basement fucking love to like turbo out there, like in the world, having the best fucking time. And like our motto in the club, it's fucking around and finding out how good life can get. This is not about going from like surviving to mediocrity or like surviving to medium. It's like, no. We want to squeeze life and be our like I don't know about you, but you and I are gonna be fucking rocking on those freaking chairs at like 97, like probably catcalling fucking
catcalling
like, hey,
little boys,
hey, like, and like sharing our stories on a fucking we'll have our like granny podcast where we're just telling our most fucked up
back
stories.
To our 5,000th and 30th episode.
Today we go back to the DoorDash dick episode.
Would you believe that actually worked?
Totally. Now I can just fuck AI robots all day, and it's great. I want an AI orgy.
Oh, my AI boyfriend. He never talks back. He never triggers me.
The flying robots came to penetrate me again today.
Well, it's gone like really off the rails.
I don't know what just happened. We gotta go, guys. We gotta go.
That's our cue to end for today.
Our cue to end.
If you'd like to come tomorrow, we would love to have you. The details are in the show notes, so please go sign yourself up if you haven't already. Again, there is a replay, and the replay will be available until February 10th. So if it's in a time zone or a part of the world that's a really obscure time for you, cool, you'll get the replay. You can listen at a time that's reasonable for you and still get in on all the goods. And we would love to see you there. And then we'll be back next week with God knows what, but it'll be something good.
And also, like, tell your fucking friends.
Yeah, tell
like,
your
if you
friends.
Got a friend, or like tell somebody, like, abundance, bitch. Like, if you got somebody who you know this would be good for, like, it,
sign them up. Send it to them. Up.
Spread the fucking love. Spam them. Like, just
be annoying.
Be an advocate for their transformation. Like, it's just, tell the world. And we have so much fucking fun on these. Like, this is the best. Like, I'm so fucking pumped. I'm gonna be in Montreal. I'm gonna flying out Thursday after our event. I'm gonna be like fucking just ready for y'all. I'm gonna be
We're ready for
like
action.
Kelsey and I are just we're so excited. These events just light us up so much, and they're so much fun. And I think that I've attended so many free different things, and I find a lot of them are just a lot of slides and a lot of kind of just like you can feel the
Ugh,
energetic is just sort of like come
boring.
in and let me tell you very small, a few amount of things. There'll be a couple slides, and then I'm just gonna like pitch you and like yes, we're very transparent. We only open the doors to the club a couple times a year, so we are
Mm-hmm.
going to be talking about the club. But the reason we're doing this event is not just for that. This is
No.
like a for you to get a feel for our energy, for us to get a feel for yours, to see if this is a good energetic match because we don't allow everyone into the club. We
Mm-mm.
have we're very particular about the level, the
Mm-hmm.
quality of women we have in there and where they're at. So it's like a
Yeah.
really good like, all right, I'll meet
Barometer.
you, you
Yep.
meet me. Let's see if it's a fucking vibe.
Yep.
And if it's a
And no
vibe,
matter
then
what, like you're taking something really valuable away from the event. Like I think
100%. Like you're
that's
gonna get a shit ton of value with
yeah.
just by showing up to the event. Like
Yeah.
even if you're like, hey, coming for the event, be like, sweet, do that, treat yourself, and then
Mm-hmm.
don't be
Yep. Join the
surprised
daily
though.
coaching club or like
Totally, we've got so many fucking other
so
things you
many
can do.
things you
But
can do. Yeah.
if you're ready for that like year-long transformation, like to dive into and recode from a cellular nervous system level, love, sex, money, and power to completely revolutionize and like reinvent yourself, this is the fucking place to do it. This is the hottest
Mm-hmm.
goddamn place on the internet. We infuse
Fuck
fun,
yeah.
play, fucking depth, like master coaches, live coaching. Like there's just so much fucking value in here, and
Yeah.
there's so much transformation that happens. So, all right, that's it. That's all I
Yeah.
got for you today.
TED Talk complete. We love you
TED Talk
all.
complete.
This was the
You.
longest, just the tip. Is long and girthy for us today. I hope it was
Yes.
for you. And we'll see you at the event, and then we'll be back next week on the podcast. Love you, friends.
Bye, lovers.
Bye.
All in all, we want to say thank you for being here. We love and appreciate you so much. And if you liked today, give us a 5-star rating. And we'll see you next week.
Share it. If you know
Share.
somebody who needs this in their life, share this shit. Abundance goes round and round. We love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.